you would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's hypocritical.
That was Indiana Governor Mike Braun, and he was a Republican senator for the state at the time. The Supreme Court case he's talking about, Loving v. Virginia, was decided in the 1960s, and it basically says that states cannot ban interracial marriage. He's saying that that was federal overreach and the states should get to decide. But as we have seen in the past, when Republicans say leave it to the states, what they really mean is they want the states to be free to ban it.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. As though they have not done worse for black people, right now it seems conservatives are targeting something in America, and that is interracial marriages. The other time we saw the ruling by Supreme Court about Roe v. Wade, and we know that abortions currently is a state-level decision, that there are certain places where they say abortion is not allowed, and there are areas where they have allowed it. So right now they're coming for interracial marriages. And Indiana Senator Mike Braun is saying that he believes interracial marriages is a state-level decision that must be left at that point. What will this lead? It might look like a light statement said like that, but then what is the repercussions of moving that decision to the state? It is going to allow every state to make their own laws depending on what they want. For example, they can just come up and start saying that interracial marriages are not allowed. And that will really hurt these two group of people who have married each other out of love, because they believe there shouldn't be anything called racial discrimination that is targeting people who are married together. Is this the right path that they want to follow, or it is a wrong path? I wanted to listen to some of the comments that Americans are giving out of this topic. Then I shall give my commentary in the end. Let's watch.
The question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes. I just clipped that there so that it would fit into the stitch, but you didn't miss any explanation or nuance. He just thinks that interracial marriage should go back and be decided on a state-by-state basis, sort of like how abortion is. And he thinks other stuff should be like that too. Like, say, the civil rights laws that were passed in the 60s. You know, the reason that an African-American can go to any restaurant in the country and expect to be served. Like, he wants every state to decide specifically whether they want to allow African-Americans to eat in their restaurants. This guy's a governor of an American state. It just seems to me that since John McCain gave his thumbs down and saved the ACA, there has not been a good elected Republican. Every single fucking one of them is an amoral pig. And any examples to the contrary, say in the chat. Thanks.
Okay, before I get into this, son, you know, I'm speaking from the perspective as a white man in an interracial marriage. And this is for other white people, so y'all aren't fucking surprised when this happens. When, not if, when they come for interracial marriage, I'm telling you, there's going to be a whole lot of fucking white people that walk away from their partners and from their kids. There's going to be some of you white people right now that are like, oh my God, no way, that would never happen. You're just fear-mongering, or you're just this and that. No, listen. I've made a video about interracial marriage before, and the amount of comments that I've gotten from people about their white partners who are completely not in touch with politics or not political are a lot. You will see white partners in these marriages choose white supremacy over their own partners and children. I promise you. Because mind you, these white people have partners and children that look like the people that are being snatched by ICE. They're watching Trump on down talk about their partners being DEI hires at work. Doesn't move them. They don't give a fuck. These same partners, white partners, tokenize their spouse at every turn. So I can't be racist. I have a black, indigenous spouse of color. Y'all see it on here all the time. But when the pressure hits and it's building, white people fucking fold to white supremacy all the goddamn time. That's what's happening right now on a national scale. And we're seeing it. We got concentration camps in America. We got the National Guard in LA and DC. We got ICE snatching up kids, families, deporting them. Doesn't matter if they're fucking citizens or not. And white people aren't moved to do shit. So you think when they come down and they try to attack interracial marriage, it's going to move white people? Absolutely the fuck not. J.D. Vance, I wouldn't be surprised if he set the standard and said, I'm leaving my wife for X, Y, and Z reason. He'll make some bullshit up. And other white Americans will be like, oh, yeah, he did it? All right, yep, then it's safe for me to walk away. When you as a white person can be in an interracial marriage and you see the way the entire country is treating people that look just like your children or your partner, and you just say, I'm not political, or we don't talk about that in my house, you're fucking going to, when the government comes for your shit. Well, you're probably not, because you're going to be too scared to say anything or do anything, because you're just going to be scared about violence from other white people for being in an interracial marriage. White people as a whole value white supremacy more than anything in their fucking life. 3 out of 5 white men voted for Trump. 1 out of 2 white women voted for Trump. And everything that's happening right now is what they want. And other white people that don't have a fucking spine, or other white people that don't view their partners as human beings, that don't see their children, their biracial children, as human beings, they'll walk the fuck.
Y'all, this world's crazy, man. Did y'all see the video? There's a senator from Indiana, and he's talking about interracial marriages. He's saying that they're gonna bring it to the higher ups because it should be up to the states to decide whether they want to marry interracial couples. This is America. So in other words, they're thinking about taking away interracial marriages. And it is up for discussion. It's called the Interracial Marriage Laws of 2025. But now can we agree that America is racist now? Can we agree with this now? It's right in front of our face. I'm gonna repost the video, but they're thinking about taking away interracial marriages.
Today about interracial marriage and abortion.
So you would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's hypocritical. When it comes to issues, you can't have it both ways. When you want that diversity to shine within our federal system, there are going to be rules and proceedings. They're going to be out of sync with maybe what other states would do. It's the beauty of the system, and that's where the differences among
Hold on to your popcorn, folks, because the latest twist in American politics is something you don't want to miss. Whether you love him or love to hate him, Donald Trump is back at it, stirring up controversy like only he can. This time, it's with a bombshell of a press conference that has the nation buzzing. In a dramatic turn of events, Trump's comments on two of America's most sensitive and divisive issues, interracial marriage and abortion, are sending shockwaves through the political world. And trust me, this is no ordinary political speech. This is a full-blown headline-making spectacle that could change the trajectory of not just his career, but the entire political landscape. Picture the scene. Reporters packed into a press conference room, cameras flashing, the tension in the air thick enough to cut with a knife. Trump strides to the podium with his trademark swagger, ready to dive into the kind of fiery rhetoric that's become his brand. First up, interracial marriage. That's right, folks. Trump, ever the showman, declares that the issue should be left up to the states. A statement so bold, it's like tossing a grenade into a room full of political strategists. The logic, it's all about states' rights and preserving the beauty of diversity within America's federal system. But here's where things get juicy. The 1967 Supreme Court decision, Loving versus Virginia, which legalized interracial marriage, was one of the landmark civil rights victories in American history. So when Trump says it's up to the states to decide, the questions pile up. Is he advocating for a rollback of civil rights? Could this be a subtle nod to a time when states had the power to discriminate?
I don't know how true this is, but I see that the state of Indiana is trying to get rid of interracial marriage. And I just want to say that if that's true, guys, some of us are in trouble. Like, we have so much more important things going on in the world, from grocery prices to gas prices to education. And what we're focused on in America is interracial marriage. Interracial marriage, that's what we're working on right now. Guys, America is literally a joke right now. Trying to stop people from loving each other. Wow. That's literally rooted in so much hate, guys. I need America to get it together. We have way more important issues at hand. If you still support Swirl Love, hit that follow button. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments.
Why is this administration so obsessed with taking away people's fucking rights? Why are they having conversations about whether interracial marriages should be legal or not? Then they're having conversations on whether it should be up to the federal government or up to the states to decide whether it's legal or not. Why is that a fucking discussion right now when we have bigger fish to fucking fry? So you mean to tell me interracial marriages are a bigger threat than the fucking welfare of this country right now? Like this, like be fucking for real. Y'all really sitting up there. Y'all went on the drawing board in the fucking house and wrote on the board, oh yeah, interracial marriages. That's a problem. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. Like, what is y'all obsession? Are y'all mad because nobody wants y'all? Nobody wants an uneducated, goddamn, manipulated pedophile.
The senator of Indiana, Senator Mike Braun, just said that interracial marriage should be a decision that's taken over by the states. Remember what happened when they did that with abortion and now it's illegal in a bunch of states? That's what they're going to try to do. And after interracial marriage, not even after, maybe at the same time, they will be coming for gay marriage next. When y'all voted this Trump wannabe into office, I knew some dumb shit was about to happen. He's already cut Medicaid, been super pro-Israel, given them a bunch of money, supported a bunch of huge corporations, and given them no tax cuts. This is the list of everyone who's gotten bribes from AIPAC. And, oh, he is. And you sold out to Israel for $75,000. Good to know. A lot of other people sold out for more, but yeah, if you go to Open Secrets, you can see all the people who were given money by AIPAC. Top Democrats who love Israel, of course, at the top. Chuck Schumer. Yup, makes sense. Now, what do we do? One, direct action is the only thing that politicians actually care about. blocking them, protesting, going into their way to make things harder for them. And that's when they actually start listening. In 2020, when they did all the protests for the police, it was only when protests turned violent and when senators actually started to be intimidated by the level of people who were coming out, by the number of people who were coming out, and that's when they actually had started defunding the police. Now, did those things stay in place, and have they defunded the police at all? Since then, no. We have actually funded the police even more. These are genuinely scary times, but invest in your communities, disrupt politicians, get in their way, make them uncomfortable, call them, vote in local elections. I'll be posting more about that. And yeah, get married interracially as soon as possible, because that may be going away from a product of interracial marriage. Hopefully it doesn't.
So the governor of Indiana, Mike Bond, believes that interracial dating should be left up to the states to determine, like Roe versus Wade. Boy, who are you to think that you can determine who somebody else gonna fall in love with? Who are you to think that you have the right to determine who somebody else dates? Like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. These old white men who are desiring to be in charge and to rule everybody, they're going too far. Okay? Listen, people gonna love who they're gonna love. They're gonna be with who they're gonna be with. There's no decision of anybody else's that can control that. Like, what year y'all think this is really? Like, if y'all don't see the reset that they're trying to do, it's crazy. Because, boy, what? There's so many other things that you could be focused on. You worry about who somebody else getting to bed with? Interracial dating should be left up to the states. Boy, nobody's listening to that. I hate to tell you. No, not one person is going to go with that. People are going to be with who they're going to be with. And to be so concerned about who somebody else lays down with, loves, marries, or anything, seriously creepy, dude. Why don't y'all focus on retiring or something? Because y'all old and aggravated and tired and miserable, and y'all want to make everybody else that. Get over it, okay? Life is life, love is love, color is color. People going to do what the heck they want to do. You not only want to control when someone can have a baby or shouldn't or should, or what they could do with their body, now you really want to control people's hearts as well. Boy, go sit down. We're tired. Oh, pay attention to who y'all voting for. I keep saying this. These folks are zigged out for real. Immature, and they really have low IQ because everything they do it has something to do with race or their hatred for people. And it's like, they should not be running a country, a state, a city, a freaking group, let alone their household. Really? Just look at the stuff they're doing. That makes no sense. That doesn't help anything with finances or our well-beings at all. Nothing. You're focused on things that don't freaking matter. Mike Bond, go to bed. We're tired. Get him in the home. He needs some time to just relax and play bingo or something. Okay.
Hey, y'all seen this? Did y'all see this? Let me tell you what it says, or what it means. So pretty much, federally, you can marry who you want, right? And that's the law. On a federal level, that's the law. They're trying to make it so that each state can decide whether they allow interracial, marriages or not. What? The entire South is going to vote against interracial marriages. Are you shocked? Like, what? You already know the entire South is not going for it. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, nah. Why is this even a thing? Actually, I know why it's a thing, but it's 2025. It's 2025. Wasn't we just arguing about our president not being fully black? Wasn't he supposed to be mixed? And y'all trying to fix this law? Leave it alone. Y'all can't control who somebody love. Oh my God, what the heck?
Off having states manifest their points of view rather than.
I would like to just make the point that this kind of argument is exactly how we got a civil war, was because the South decided that it was a state rights issue for slavery, and that the new states that were joining the Americas should indeed make their own opinion when it came to slavery. And because they had voted on it and decided, no, we're not going to do slavery anymore. Yeah, the South was like, we revolt. And thought that the states' rights should supersede the United States and the federal law, which is not how it works. The federal law supersedes states' rights every single time. Sorry, not sorry.
Wow, it seems Americans are in for a long ride. Before this Trump second term ends, there are many people who will really see hell, because what kind of thing is this? Why are they talking about interracial marriages? Why is marriages an issue? Because there are many things bedeviling America right now. The economy is not performing as they want. Look at the tariffs. They have caused a lot of turmoil to farmers. How is Trump going to lead when such kind of sideshows are being subjected to him? How are Americans going to achieve what they want when those they believe should solve their problems are focusing on issues that are unnecessary? People in Indiana are worried about interracial marriages due to fears that the conservative agenda under Trump's second term, starting January 2025, could undermine civil rights protections. The 1967 Loving versus Virginia decision legalized interracial marriages, and the 2022 Respect for Marriage Act reinforced its recognition. However, Indiana residents, particularly those on interracial relationships, are alarmed by Project 2025, a Heritage Foundation blueprint influencing Trump's administration. Its emphasis on biblically based marriage definition raised concerns that it could indirectly challenge non-traditional unions, including interracial ones, despite no explicit policy targeting them. Worry is heightened by Indiana's political climate, where conservative figures like Senator Mike Brown have suggested interracial marriages could be a state-level issue, echoing pre-1967 law. Brown's 2022 comments later walked back, suggested states might decide marriage laws, fueling fears of regression. Combined with Project 2025's push for nuclear families, some Indiana residents, especially in mixed-race communities, fear policies could erode protections for interracial couples, even if not outrightly banning marriages. Social media discussions on platforms like Reddit highlight these anxieties, with users citing Brown's stance as a red flag. The outrage stems from the historical context of Indiana's past anti-misgeneration laws, which banned interracial marriages until 1967. The state's history of racial segregation and recent conservative policies like book bans targeting race-related content amplify concerns that a Trump-led administration could embolden similar restrictions. Justice Clarence Thomas' 2022 Dobbs concurrence, questioning substantive due process precedents, omitted Loving versus Virginia, raising fears that the Supreme Court might revisit it. Indiana residents fear a conservative court, politically reshaped by Trump, could weaken federal protections. Social media and advocacy groups amplified the outrage, with Reddit threads and social media posts warning that Project 2025's broader agenda, such as ending diversity programs, signal a rollback of civil rights. Indiana's diverse communities, including a growing interracial population, feel targeted by rhetoric prioritizing traditional family structures. Posts on X and Reddit express panic over speculative bans on future interracial marriages, with some users fearing states like Indiana could refuse to recognize such unions reminiscent of pre-Loving era. The outrage reflects a broader national fear of eroding rights in a polarized climate. Trump's nomination of Project 25 authors to key roles and his administration's move to dismantle DEI programs heightened distrust. While no federal policy explicitly targets interracial marriages, Indiana residents see these actions as part of a pattern threatening inclusive rights. The combination of historical precedent, local conservative rhetoric, and a conservative Supreme Court fuels widespread alarm, making interracial marriage a focal point for concerns about civil liberties under Trump's second term. So it is a well-placed fear that people in Indiana and the larger American society have, Because looking at the rollback of gains that have been given towards minority groups, Trump is having something on his mind. They want to target a way through which they can limit how black people have really intermingled and worked together with white America so that they have blacks eliminated in major engagements over the years. Share your thoughts down in the comment section. And if you're watching us for the first time, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share. Thank you, and let's meet on the next one.